Welcome back, it's me, Jordan Onyo, and we will have another round of digital drawing and coloring. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and have fun as I teach you hacks or shortcuts in digital illustration. Without so much ado, let's start with the first hack, how to draw circle on Paint Tool Sai. By the way, the link to download Sai is found in the description below. After opening Sai, we cannot do anything else yet. So, to start, click on File, then New, and choose your canvas. Right now, we will use A4 at 300 ppi. Then you click OK. Usually, when we're asked to draw on Sai, we click on New Line Work, then we choose Curve after. To draw a circle, we click continuously but minding where to locate the next dot to form a perfect circle. But that is impossible. So to draw a circle, we left click on the mouse and click delete on the keyboard. You do this simultaneously. Left click delete, left click delete, left click delete. Actually, when we click delete, we rotate our canvas. Sometimes, we wish we have drawn this character on that side or that character on this side. Hack number 2, how do we cut and move characters? If we want to move this star to the right, click on Line Work, then click on the Merge Down layer icon above. Now, you have a single layer. Using rectangular selection, capture the dimensions of the star. Notice that we have scissors icon below, meaning we can move it anywhere we want. Now, if we opted to illustrate a starry night, it would be difficult to keep drawing many stars. Hack number 3, how do we reproduce characters? Using rectangular selection, capture the star, then go to Edit. Click on Copy, go to Edit, click on Paste. Then, drag the copy away from the original. You can do this also by Ctrl-C, then Ctrl-V. If it is a starry night, it is awkward to have equal sizes of stars. Hack number 4, how do we resize characters? Make sure you are working with the right character and layer. For example, 5th star, layer 5, 4th star, layer 4, and so on. Using rectangular selection, capture the star, go to layer, then click on transform. You could do this also by Ctrl P. Now, you can resize the star. You can go long or short. However, when resizing, we have to preserve the proportion. So click Shift Out while resizing. If the size is right, click Enter. Now, let's do the same with the other stars. Let's complete the illustration by adding more details and putting some colors. To color, add your layers, say layer 13, then drag it down. Next, select the background using Magic Wand. Using Bucket, choose dark yellow and click it on the background. Next, create mountains using round brush but darker in color. By the way, you may resize brushes in the size section. Before coloring the stars, don't forget to deselect or Ctrl D. Now, using Magic Wand, click on every star, then use Bucket and choose Rich Yellow, then click on the stars. Using watercolor in a lighter shade of yellow, brush one side of the stars to create dimension. If you want to save your work, go to File, click on Save As, rename it Starry Night, then choose JPEG or PNG as format, then click Save. I talked about coloring, especially the face on the first art tutorial, so feel free to watch it on my channel. After opening the image of the face on Paint Tool side, go to Filter, then increase the hue and saturation. Increase also the brightness, contrast, and color deepen. Now, go to Layer and click on Luminescence to Transparency. You can now color and add the first layer and name it Face. Before coloring the face, it is advisable to download Skin Color Palette not to get wrong with the color of the skin. After saving the image, open the palette on Paint Tool side. Now click on Magic Wand and choose the areas of the face, the ears, and the neck. Using Color Pick, go to Palette and locate your base color, preferably the center, then click on Bucket. Go back to Face and click on the chosen areas. For the contour, go to Palette, use Color Pick, choose a color lower or darker than the base, and go back to Face. Use Wet Brush, then contour the cheeks, the forehead, and the neck. Resize the brush to contour the sides of the nose bridge. To put highlights, go to Palette, use Color Pick, and choose a color higher or lighter than the base. Using Wet Brush, go to Face and highlight the areas between the eyebrows, below the eyes, the nose bridge, and the chin. To blend, use watercolor or blend brush, but I prefer blur, then click on the areas where the colors meet to have a smooth transition of the contour, the base, and the highlights. You don't have to open your palette every time. Using Color Pick, click on the base, then go to Swatches, right-click, then Set. Do the same thing with the contour. Click on Color Pick, choose your contour, go to Swatches, right-click, then Set. This follows with your highlights. Color Pick, choose Highlight, go to Swatches, right-click to Set. This is hack number 5, saving color on the swatches. With this, you can be consistent with the skin tone of your characters. Don't forget to deselect or Ctrl D before moving to the other parts. Now let's add a new layer, drag it down and rename it Hair. Using Magic Wand, click on Bucket, choose Black and click it on the hair. Go to Airbrush, choose a lighter black, then brush it on the hair to create hair strands.
I didn't care about all of your flaws, and I dream about you from time to time. Then wake up thinking that you're still mine. I look across and expect to see your face.
Ctrl D to deselect, then add new layer, drag it down, and double click to rename. I leave the rest of the parts for you to explore.
Used to lift me up and now I'm falling. Since you left, I drifted out to sea. All the nights we danced away till morning. I miss the day that it was you and me. And I dream about you from time to time. Then wake up thinking that you're still mine.
Next scenario is when you want to redraw your hand drawings because the lines are so much better inside, or simply you want to copy an image. Hack number 6, tracing. After opening the image, add a new line work and drag it down. Go back to layer 1, then lower the opacity of the image. Go back to line work, click on curve, then follow the lines. Every click creates an angle, so be careful. If there's an error, go back using Ctrl Z or undo above, and if you want to end the line, double click the mouse or enter.
Only took one look and now I was falling. I knew it from the moment that I saw. Ocean out so deep that I could fall in. I didn't care about all of your flaws, and I dream about you from time to time. Then wake up thinking that you're still mine. I look across and expect to see your face, then remember you're 1,000 miles away.
To check if you are tracing correctly, click the eye on the left side of layer 1. Now, if you're on the right track, click once more to put the image back.
Up and now I'm falling. Since you left, I've drifted out to sea. All the nights we danced away till morning. I miss the days that it was you and me. And I dream about you from time to time. Then wake up thinking that you're still mine.
If you're done tracing, go back to layer 1 and delete it. Now you have a brand new line work. However, it's not yet yours. But if you distort, then that's another story. Hack number 7, edit to own. Go to line work 1, click edit, move the dots to modify. You can flatten the nose, make it smile, thicken the eyebrows, and make the face wider. You can now proceed to usual coloring. Use the swatches that we have saved to contour and put highlights. These colors are permanent every time you open Sai, unless you intentionally remove them.
Took one look and now I was falling. I knew it from the
Hack number 8, invest in state-of-the-art equipment and software, like the use of PenTab. Connect this to your computer and handle the pen like a regular pencil or crayon. You may also use Pantograph to draw portraits. I've been using this since high school. It literally copies an image exactly. It can make the image bigger, narrower, or even stunted depending on how you adjust the screws. Guided by the adage, a picture without a human element is hard to relate to. With this, it will be easier for you to draw persons. This is the idea behind artists using grids or lifting their pencils or pens up to copy dimensions proportionately. Next hack is when you're done with your hand drawings and you want to turn it digitally. Like how I taught you the last time, we scan the image on a flatbed scanner at 300 dpi.
It was you and me, and I dream about you from time to time.
After scanning the image, we open it on Paint Tool side. However, it will look like this. You can see some outlying details in the drawing. Also, the color is not vivid, so we have to clean the image by increasing the filter, such as hue, brightness, color, and saturation. But with the aid of Adobe softwares, we can make the image even better. You just have to download Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Photoshop. The links on how to download are found in the description below. First thing that we do, we open the image in Adobe Illustrator. Then click on the image and you click on Image Trace. Now you notice the lines became more solid and generally better. Sai cannot directly read AI, so we have to transfer the image in Adobe Photoshop to save it as JPEG or PNG. Then that's the time we can open it in Sai. I know the process is arduous, but the output is so much better. We don't even have to clean it by increasing the hue and brightness and color and saturation. From there, we just have to click on luminescence to transparency, and you can color the image just like how we've been doing it before.
Time to time, then wake up thinking that you're still mine. I look across and expect to see your face, then remember you're 1,000 miles away.
Additional tips to teachers: don't overuse an illustration. Visual learners could hook the learning to the illustration. So if you use a single illustration for science, math, and other subject areas, it creates confusion to the child. Next, illustration should face towards the center to keep the attention of the child. Finally, know your technique, build on that, and keep watching videos on how to improve your illustration. If you cannot secure a learning resource, develop it. I hope these hacks helped you. Good luck on the completion of your works. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. God bless!